Hello everyone, it's Kerry here, and today we're going to be reading some of the Q&A questions that I had posted to me. You may remember a month ago me posting a video. It is the 27th of April today, so it's exactly 1 month since that video was released. So I've given it a bit of time for people to get questions in, although it did kind of dry up within days of the video being posted, but still, let's go through some of these questions, shall we? David Perez says, are you a fan of any other sports? I am, David. I am a fan of quite a few sports actually. I am quite a sporty person. I do like competition based sports. I do like football. So looking forward to the World Cup coming up and supporting England. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't keep a straight face there. I do like football. I do take part in other activities as well myself. I used to play football quite a bit. I like playing racket sports like badminton. I'd like to play tennis, but there's not really many tennis facilities around where I am. So I do like watching tennis as well. So when Wimbledon's on and all the other Grand Slams are on the TV, I try my best to watch that as well. And I'm just a general motorsport fan as well. There are a lot of categories out there which are great fun to watch. Touring cars, British touring cars, that is, being the other sport alongside Formula 1 that I keep up to date with. I do keep up to date with MotoGP as well, although that's lost its coverage kind of in the UK. It's changed from free TV to pay TV, so my viewing of that has dropped a little bit so far this season. But what other motorsports? I'm trying to watch some of the endurance races as well when I have time as well. I do like watching the World Endurance Championship that kicked off last week at Silverstone. And I do actually watch a bit of ovals as well, a bit of American racing like IndyCar as well, but it's mainly Formula 1, British touring cars, football, and the odd game of tennis as well. I do watch rugby as well actually when the Six Nations are on, so yeah, there's a wide range of sports there that I do like, so yeah, and even when the Olympics are on as well. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's only question 1. We've got another. Well, we've got several more to go through anyway. So, F1Fanatic21 says, pad or wheel? If pad, how are you so smooth with it? Well, it depends what game it is. I'm trying to convert myself to a wheel. I have had a wheel for about a year and a bit now, so I really should get into it. But I'm most comfortable with the pad on Formula 1 2013, and on Forza Motorsport I use the pad. 2 different pads now, of course, now that the Forza Motorsport's on next gen, so I'm using basically 3 different things really. I'm using the 360 controller with the F1, I'm using the Xbox One controller, which is completely different in terms of the feel for it and the triggers as well, with the vibration triggers on Forza. And then on iRacing I'm using my racing wheel, and that's pretty much the only racing simulation where I actually feel good using the wheel, and I would like that to convert over, but I'm too scared. I feel comfortable with the pad, so I haven't really changed, and I really should get used to it, but maybe that's something to look at in the future. How am I so smooth with the pad? It's difficult to explain. It's difficult for me to kind of, because I just see it as normal really, how I use the pad. So I don't know if how other people do the pad. If anything, I should be asking why are people so messy with the pad. But yeah, it's difficult to explain with the pad. I tend to make one movement through a corner. You've got to be really precise, I guess, with it. But that's just the way I've driven for years now. I have been playing the F1 games for years, so it's just something I'm used to. And the more practice you put in, the better you will be at it. Once you understand all your braking points and your turning points, it will get easier. So hopefully that answers some kind of question, or I've just wasted your time. I've got 2 questions here which are kind of similar. I'm going to put together. Jake has said, which Formula 1 driver do you support and why? And the Undisputed has said, who's your pick for the 2014 F1 champion? Both of those answers are Lewis Hamilton. I started following the sport in 2007. I jumped on the Hamilton bandwagon then, and He is one of the main reasons I got into the sport. Definitely one of the main reasons, because he was just such a fast, he is such a fast, exciting driver who is a racer, and this year I'm glad that he has a car that, although the racing may be boring at the moment, I do think he needs a car for him to catch up with Vettel in terms of statistics, because I genuinely think he's one of the greatest, and that is said with 100% bias, so come at me everyone. I think Hamilton is the best driver on the grid. I think Alonso is a great all-rounder, but I think in terms of fastest and in terms of if everyone was all in an even car and they were racing in a full season with equal cars, I think Hamilton would still probably come out on top, simply because when the car's to his liking, he's unstoppable. Well, even when it's not to his liking, as he's proven in 2009, even in 2011 when he was having a bad season, he was winning races still. So yeah, I think his ability to wrestle the car is one of my reasons why I enjoy watching him. His qualifying laps are sensational to watch. I love watching them as well, especially in the wet, so we've had plenty of them already in 2014. And yeah, I just think Hamilton's the best driver there, and that is why I support him, and that is why. Although I do have other favourites, I do like Hulkenberg. I did mention Alonso as well. Yeah, I wish Kptk92 was back as well, because I think, yeah, I really enjoyed watching him as well. He was always one who was there or thereabouts. And Mark Webber as well, when he was about, but obviously they're in World Endurance Championship, so yeah, there are a few. So even if Hamilton does, when he does retire, God forbid, there will be names out there that I'll still be keeping an eye on. Kevin Magnussen as well. That's the great thing about Formula 1. You don't have to pick one overall favourite driver. Like football, where you support one team, there are so many great personalities in the sport that you can pick any of them really and cheer on. And yeah, and that's what's great about motorsport really. There are lots of characters. So yeah, another long-winded answer there. Hope that helped. We've got two questions related to Legends Racing. So the one, STP said, what happened to your old friends back in LRL? And Emerald CL Eagle says, will you do more Legends Racing? What's your favourite racing category? I've just gone through that question really. But with regards to Legends Racing, we still race. We are together. As some of you have subscribed long term will notice some of the Forza videos picking up again, with some familiar names like X-Shuffle and Robo and McFarlane, and that is because we've all moved over to the AOR. So I'll go on to my history of AOR in the next couple of questions, but we had difficulty picking up people and racing in the league. We didn't really have many committed people, so the league was starting to fall apart, especially as Next Gen came about and everyone didn't want to buy an Xbox One, so we did lose a substantial amount of people, regular forum members, and it really put the league in a bad place. And if you watch some of the WEC GT series videos that we've done on Forza Motorsport, the numbers have not been great. We've had about 7 or 8 people, which was really bad, and from a league perspective it just wasn't viable. So we're all racing on AOR now. The same structure and everything applies. We still run the rules over there, so yeah, we're just happy that we have the opportunity to kind of bring our leagues onto a platform where more people potentially will sign up. So, and as you can already see from the RUF Super Cup that we're doing, we're getting a full grid every week, and that is the best thing for us as a league to run as well. So we are still about, and 4 weeks ago when the question was posed to me, we probably weren't. So it's good that we're in a position now 4 weeks after this question was asked, that we're now all together, still racing happily, just. So yeah. All-Star IV sent the question in saying, why don't you guys release in-game communication? Well, All-Star, because I race on the console, it is difficult to record the voice chat like you could do on the PC. So for example, me and FissyFan91 in our co-op series, we race on the PC, so it's easier for us to go onto Skype and have a recorder on there, and it can just record the conversation going on as we're racing. So with the console it's much more difficult because you have to adjust loads of settings and it wouldn't even pick up my voice. I'd have to use an external microphone for the for my voice to even be in the videos if we were to release the in-game communication. Also, we don't release the in-game communication because a lot of the time we talk a load of nonsense half the time, so it's loads of in-jokes and stuff that you guys probably wouldn't understand, and it'd probably put you guys off us even more. So yeah, they are the key reasons why we don't release in-game communication. Something I might look at in terms of PC gaming, and for example iRacing, I might try and do something like that. I've experimented a couple of videos with that, so let's see, we'll see what happens. What other questions have we got? I'm just going through here. Chris Halliwell, speaking of communication, are you going to communicate? Are you going to post commentate the league races? So I'm up into the AOR F1 league for this season, which is due to start tonight actually, so I should probably practice soon. But are we going to post commentate on them? It's something that I would do if I knew what to talk about, really. So if I was to commentate on a highlights video that was maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes long, I'd run out of things to say, and as that adds up over the season, if we do 19, 20-minute videos, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep the audience engaged for that long. So I prefer to let my driving do the talking. That kind of tends to be the basis of my channel anyway. A lot of my races are all not commentated, so I hope the racing is more than enough, but it is something that I might experiment with as the season goes on, but it's not top of my priority. It's just getting some good racing action on the channel for you guys to watch, really, and also for me to look back on and say, hey, that was a good race. But yeah, I'd run out of things to say, like I'm doing right now. So okay, so we've got Philip S. Lance, I hope that's your name. 60 seconds with Kptk92 in pole position style. Boobs or bum? Dead ass. Bum. Blondes or brunettes? Brunettes. Quiet night in or big night out? Quiet night in on the Xbox, obviously. And why are you not posting iRacing videos anymore? Well, as that video was posted 4 weeks ago, I have got back into it recently. I did get a new set of pedals, which is, well, I went to test them out on iRacing, and I've just kind of fallen back in love with the game again. So the new season's coming out soon, and I hope to get some kind of uploads, regular uploads in on some races. More like if you guys subscribe to like people like Empty Box or something like that, where it's just live commentating over one of my best races of the week or something like that. That's something that I'd like to do. It's just finding the time to do the iRacing races, because of course you do have to practice a fair bit, and you have to qualify as well, and then the races are quite long as well, and they only happen at certain times. So yeah, it is something I'm planning to do. Expect to see a lot more iRacing content in the future. Thomas T. Cell 1, I can't do usernames, that's all. Favourite food? I like a pizza, I do. Yeah, you could win my heart with a pizza. Favourite song? Goodness. I'd have to come back to you on that one, because I really wouldn't be able to tell you right now. There's loads of songs that I like, loads of bands. I can go through bands if you want. I like alternative rock music, so Kings of Leon, Kasabian, you know, those kind of people. Oasis, they're not bad. Stereophonics. Yeah, I mean, I used to listen to music a lot more than I do at the moment. So I'm kind of listening to the radio a lot more, so I'm listening to all these horrible catchy songs. So but yeah, alternative rock is kind of my category. I do like listening to that, so I wouldn't be able to give you a favourite song right now though, I'm afraid. Let's go through Mark Neville. Oh, Mark Neville, thank you for posting the question. Oh, it's not even a question. Bring Neil back, I missed the murdering. I do as well, Mark. I do as well. But we would have continued the championship if Neil didn't decide to just all of a sudden take a couple of months out. So I've moved on to bigger and better things, I'm afraid, Mark. So I might do something with Neil in the future, but let's see what happens. But it's not fun for me and for Neil either when we're just getting. It's just so one-sided in the co-op championship. So with Fissy in our co-op championship, it's a bit closer. But with Neil, when you're winning every race against him all season long, he didn't beat me once, so it wasn't fun at all in the end. So it just got frustrating, as I'm sure you heard as the videos progressed. And let's go through. Do we have any more questions? Oh, we do have some about the ARL, AOR history. Someone asked what happened with the ARL. As I'm sure you guys are aware, they closed down due to, I don't know why, but it shut down, and that was a great surprise, but also an opportunity for me to get back on into the community, because I had history with ARL. And that leads me to the final question. Pineapple says, why did you have to leave ARL? I didn't have to leave, I got banned. And that happened a long time ago. What are we now, 2014, so that was like nearly 3 years ago now. I was one of the first members on ARL in 2010, early 2010, so and then it built up and became more and more popular, and I started taking more liberties on the forum, which I would have been able to get away with if the community was a bit smaller, but that wasn't the case. So yeah, things happen. Things are said, and I got banned. But I'd like to think 3 years down the line I can contribute a bit better to the community, and that's what I plan to do with AOR. I'm a Forza coordinator on there, so we're running a show on Forza, and I'm also in the top league on Formula 1. So yeah, I hope to be a much better community member this time around than I was 3 years ago. So there we go. That wraps up the Q&A though. Thanks for sending in all the questions. Hope you got to know a bit more about myself. And stick around. We've got some great stuff coming up on the channel in terms of F1 2013 and Forza Motorsport, as well as iRacing as well. So stick around. There's lots of racing to come. And all I'll say is, from me, thank you for listening, and thank you for sending the questions in, and I hope you enjoy the racing over the coming months. Thank you.